Welcome to Charter Local Edition. I'm Keira Bresnahan. We're coming to you from Grand Junction, Colorado for the Club 20 fall meetings. I'm joined now by Senator Randy Baumgardner from District 8. Thanks so much for joining us, Senator Baumgardner.
Yeah, and thanks for having me.
You've done some good work the last couple years. You've pushed very hard for transportation issues, and you're going to continue on that road.
Yeah, last two sessions, I've tried to pass legislation that continued the transportation bonds that are already in place. We were going to borrow money, $3.5 million. Of course, we had to pay back 5.5 because of the interest, but interest rates are very low. Right now, they're at less than 3%. So there's about 60 projects on the Department of Transportation's list that money would have addressed and fixed those projects. $167 million will come back to the state once those bonds are paid off. Year before last, there was opposition from the Department of Transportation and also from the contractors. This past session, everybody seemed to be on board. We worked on it over the summer. We had talked to all the agencies and everything, and everybody was on board to put that forward. We passed it out of the Senate, and we've passed it out of the Senate the last two sessions, but it died in the House Committee on State Affairs. The problem being, it seems like everybody is looking for their own district. You know, what's it do? And I actually heard that in committee. I don't get any projects out of this. What this is doing for my district? How can I look good for my people? Well, it's not about that.
Because one of those 60 projects isn't necessarily in their part of the state.
Exactly. And we had people come and testify in committee. We get nothing out of this, but we think it's something good for the state. So that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to promote business, which it would put construction companies to keep them busy for about the first 7 years fixing all those highways, and they're all over the state. It's just not in my district, and it's something, again, that I've pushed for very, very hard and will continue to push for into the future because I think it's important. It's one of the most important things to the people of the state of Colorado is the transportation problems we have.
Now, what do you think the ticket to success will be for 2017 to get it pushed through this time around?
Well, we're working with some people from the other side of the aisle, Democratic counterparts, that are starting to, I think, maybe move in our direction. I think since everybody got on the same page here the last time with the Department of Transportation, the contractors, the business community, it kind of, and actually with when the department said they'd take $100 million of that $167 million back to help pay those bonds off, and then we were going to go back and get rid of a bill that saved money and put it into a fund, and then after the end of 5 years, you would have like $1 billion to draw out of that. Well, when they went in, there wasn't $1 billion there, so we were going to try to get rid of that, go back to Senate Bill 1 and Senate Bill and House Bill 1310, which actually put money in the general fund and made that money there every year for the payment. That money was locked in for transportation only.
Okay, changing gears just a little bit. You represent
a little passionate there.
Garfield County, Rio Blanco County, Routt County, Moffat County. Some of these counties have been big in oil and natural gas development. Mm-hmm. The Front Range seems to still be doing well, but this side of the Continental Divide is not as does not have as much production now in oil and natural gas. What is your goal to keep that growing?
Well, you know, I talked to a person that's involved in the oil and gas, and they're starting to come back a little bit. They did have 2 rigs is all they had up. They're back to 4. They're looking at going into the future, possibly having 12. I think that a lot of the people are really concerned about rules and regulations and what's coming into the future. I mean, you know, the venting of certain gas, fracking is a big question, I think that educating the people about fracking, that it's been done since the 1940s, that it's something that is productive in getting the gas and the oil out of the ground. And I just think educating people about the less danger that people think it is. You know, they always talk about the groundwater being contaminated. Well, the groundwater or the aquifers are, you know, 500 to 600 feet at the deepest. And then if you're fracking at 11,000 feet, it's really hard to get that water or get that back up to the water.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Senator Baumgardner.
Thank you.
Have a great day, and thank you so much for watching Charter Local Edition. I'm Keira Bresnahan.